In today's lesson I'm going to talk about the wrist action in the golf swing. So I think the first point is to get the concept right of the wrist action. So a lot of people think they have to create a 90-degree angle here on the backswing. They've got to create that with the wrist here, and then they have to release it at the bottom here to try and create some power. I don't think that's quite right. We want to realize that when we start, we don't have our arms and club in one line. There's a small angle here. So we've already got a bit of angle, and then all we should try and do is from here, set the club early. That means just letting the right arm fold. There's a little bit of wrist action, and then from there I just lift it up. I don't try and add any more wrist action from here. The weight of the club will create a little bit more wrist, but I'm not doing it consciously. So that gets my club look like it's pointing up to the sky here. There's about a right angle in here without having to do much. And when I come back down, I try and hit the ball, or try and feel like I'm hitting against the wall with my left arm, my right arm, and the club as one unit, hitting this way to create some pressure. I'll never have the idea that I'm setting the wrist this way on the backswing and then releasing it on the way down. Okay? If I try and do that, I won't have any control over the ball. So I think a lot of people, when they play golf, they're too locked up in the shoulders, they've got no arm swing, and the only way they can create any power is to sort of do this with the wrist, turn the body a long way and flip the wrist at the bottom this way. So they might get a bit of distance, but they're not going to have any accuracy at all. So what we want to do is feel like we've got a little angle to start with. We're just going to set the club with the right arm here, lift it up, try not to add any more wrist action. The weight of the club will do that for you. And when you come down, you've got to try and get the feeling that the left arm, the right arm, and the whole shaft are one unit. And they're all going to hit against the wall this way. So I think if we can get that idea that we just set the club, let it lift up this way. Okay, now coming down, I'm not trying to flip with the hands. I'm just letting the centrifugal force pull the club head away from my body, and that there's a natural release of the hands. It's never conscious. So if you do it consciously, you'll never hit against the wall with the shaft, you'll just hit against the wall with the club head. That's not what we want. So when I start, I have a small angle here in the back of the left hand, a small angle in the back of the right hand. The one in the back of the right hand is the important one. I want to maintain that throughout the swing. I'm not changing that so that when I come back down here, I'm hitting against the wall this way. So I've got a bent right arm, bent right wrist, hitting against the wall this way. Even when I go around, I've still got some angle in here. So from the back angle, it's going to look like this. I've got some angle in the back of the right wrist at the top. Still got the angle in the back of the right wrist here, and that way I can create some pressure into the back of the ball this way. So if I'm losing that angle, I'll be adding loft to the club and losing the pressure that I need on the ball. So again, the important thing is don't try and consciously create the wrist angle. We've got to learn to set up with relaxed arms and shoulders that we can get the arms swinging this way, and that way if you have the right grip, the weight of the club will set the wrists anyway. And the same thing on the way down. I'm never trying to release the club. All I'm trying to do is let my arms swing down. I have the thought that I'm hitting against the wall, hitting with pressure. So if you have a problem with the ball flight being too high or just not having control over the direction, you're probably getting this way at the bottom. So you're adding club head speed, but we want to try and get the feeling where we've got the whole club moving fast and not just the outside point. We want to try and always create that pressure on the ball at impact.